In this video, I'm going to go over the accounts and privacy settings that you can change within WooCommerce for your website. So to get to this page from your dashboard, you just click on WooCommerce and then click on Settings. And then lastly, you're going to click on the Accounts and Privacy tab right here, which will get you to this page. So going through this list here pretty quickly, we have the guest checkout. By default, it's enabled, so we can allow guests to make a transaction without actually registering an account. So if for some reason they didn't want to register their email and a password with your website, they can still buy things from you. And then if during checkout someone remembers, oh, I do have an existing account, I'm just not signed in, you can enable that as well. So then it will be tied to their account and it will be listed with all of their other previous orders. So generally, we would check that just because it's a really nice convenience feature, so customers don't have to back out of your cart, sign in, add the item to your cart again, and then go through the transaction that might turn a couple customers away. Then for account creation here, we can allow customers to create an account during checkout. So they have to enter their email address to get the confirmation anyway. Might as well make them enter a password here if they so wish. So now they have an account for all their future orders. Generally want to leave that enabled just because it's a really great way to drive account creation, drive emails into your database so you can send email blasts for sales and promotions if they choose to allow those in the account creation process as well. Next up, we can allow customers to create an account on the My Account page. So if they're not in checkout and they just want to create an account on the My Account page, they can do that as well. So having this disabled means that they can only create an account if they're checking out. But we can do this right here, which will allow them to create an account no matter what from the My Account page at any time they wish. And then these two here, which are enabled by default, which is whenever creating an account, will automatically generate a username for them based on their name, last name, or email. And then we can also have one which will automatically generate an account password. So if you don't want that to happen, you can uncheck these, which means the user now creates their username and password. Leaving these checked, it'll create one by default. They can change it if they wish. Then next up, we have some erasure requests. That's in case you want to comply with some things. If people want things to be deleted, they can. So to enable this one here, remove personal data from orders on request. That means that if a person requests that their personal data is removed from the orders on your website, that will go through and do that. Same thing here, remove access to downloads on request. If for some reason someone on your website didn't want to be able to access the downloads that they have purchased anymore, you can enable that as well, and that will remove that from there as well. Their personal information will not be tied to that anymore. Lastly, down here, we can do personal data removal, which means if for any reason somebody wants all their personal data removed in bulk from the orders, they can request that right here as well, which means all of their personal data will be not tied to any order whatsoever that they have completed or attempted on the website. Then down here, we have some privacy policy statements. So these are the pretty generic statements. They do hold true for all the hosting we do and all the payment gateways that WooCommerce uses, which is just saying that, the general gist, your account data is only used to provide a good experience, to manage access to your account. Any other reasons for us to use your data will be described in the privacy policy page. Same thing for the checkout policy, generally the same verbiage, just saying that any information that's not used for the checkout reasons will be explained on the privacy policy page, which every site should have a privacy policy page if you're doing that. Essentially, it's just going through saying what you do with their data, and we'll be going through privacy policy pages in another video. Down here, personal data retention. This is how long you want to keep personal data. When it's no longer needed for processing, you can delete it off your server, delete off the server if you don't need it. So for example, inactive accounts, if they don't come back and reactivate after 6 months, just delete it from the server. There's no reason to keep it. Same thing for pending orders, failed, canceled, completed, and Stripe data. If for some reason you wanted that to all get purged from your website after a certain amount of time, or there's a regulatory compliance that makes you purge it, you can set these here as well. Once you're happy with the way that the accounts and privacy page looks, you can hit Save Changes. It'll change the policies across your website for all your customers going forward. If you have any questions about the accounts and privacy settings, please don't hesitate to let us know. We'll be happy to help you. Thank you.